Outstanding game. ACC, country. This one's going to be a good one. We got Georgia Tech, number 12 team in the country. 6-0 right now. They're already going bowling. Just won a Tecmo Bowl. And my dog Moon gave me some inside information, and I trust it. When I hear anything about Oklahoma from Boomer, my dog Jerry Gray, I trust it. When I hear anything about Boston College from my dog Nino, who has inside information there, I trust it. When I heard D-Now tell me anything about anything going on in Iowa City, I trust it. Or Toledo, I trust it. Or Ann Arbor, I trust it because he's right there in the mixing bowl. If I hear anything about any Georgia-related school, right, in the state of Georgia, I trust it. Moon has given me a lot of intel about this game. A lot of Georgia Tech fans were probably happy after their victory in the Tecmo Bowl. Moon was not. He was very disappointed. They expected a better showing after a bye week, after they really should have lost to Wake Forest in Winston-Salem a few weeks ago. He wanted a better showing. He did not get that. So I'm going to lead off with that because you probably know where I'm going from here. So Duke is 4-2. I think they're trending in the right direction. Georgia Tech has looked really good this year, and they're right there in the thick of things in the ACC, man. Both of these teams have opportunities to play in the ACC championship, probably versus Miami, right? That's where we're at now. Georgia Tech leads the all-time series 55-35 with one tie, and they're currently riding a 4-game win streak. Matt Diaz. I said Matt Diaz. Manny Diaz. I'm calling on you in this game. I'm calling on you a lot, right? And he's brung Duke program to a really interesting spot. I thought that would be a natural drop-off after Mike Elko decided to take the job at Texas A&M. They hired Manny Diaz, and a lot of us, he's back in the ACC. We were unsure, right? But he's done an outstanding job there, right? When you think of Duke, you think of them as an outstanding college basketball team, an outstanding lacrosse team. And football there is like an afterthought. I don't think that's the case anymore, right? If you look at the film, that isn't the case. They're 4-2. We've seen them get mollywopped a little bit this year, but we also seen them look really good. Like their last game, I believe, was against Cal. They looked outstanding in that game, right? So 4-2, trending in the right direction. We like where they're at. Brent Key. Moon, do you believe that Brent Key, Georgia Tech will be able to keep Brent Key? Because his name should appear in some jobs this year. The job he's done there now, I know he's Georgia Tech through and through, was an offensive lineman there in the late 90s. I get it. He's Georgia Tech through and through, but can you keep him there? Can you guys afford him? Because the job he's done there is outstanding. And each and every year, you've seen incremental improvement. One of the best stories in college football that's probably not talked about enough is his ability to coach. And each and every year, his team got better. Got the interim tag. They finished at 500. Boom. Next year, bowl eligibility. Year after that, a game or two over bowl eligibility. This year, they starting off the season 6-0. Brent Key has done an outstanding job in Atlanta. He's done an outstanding job there. And the physicality, their physical approach, you know they're going to be physical. What you going to do about it? You know they're coming in to punch you in your face. What you going to do about it? That's what you got to deal with. Let's talk about Jonathan Brewer's scheme, like his scheme, really because it fits Darian Mensah so well, right? Tempo-heavy, RPO-driven system designed to stretch defenses horizontally and vertically. We always talk about the vertical aspect of it, but a lot of these teams, they're not afraid to use all 50, 53 yards wide? The field is, they're not afraid to use it, right? The Blue Devils will go turbo. Not turbo like Ole Miss, but they're not afraid to go turbo. But they do rank 20th nationally in total offense, 467 yards per game, 25th in scoring at 36.5 a clip, and they're really efficient. Darian Mensah has played outstanding. 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 70% completion percentage. Love where he at. Nate Shepard is doing a thing on the ground, 447 yards, 4 tutties, and Cooper Barkate. If you don't know that name, that kid is electric. Truly is electric. Yeah, he'll definitely have suitors, Moon. I agree with you 100%. Mensah has been surgical. Like, this system fits him well. There's probably only one system that I think that would fit Darian Mensah better, and that's no disrespect to Jonathan Brewer because I like his game a lot. But I look at with Rat Lashley and that RPO system that he runs down there at SMU, that'll probably be the best system for him. But right now, he's thriving at Duke, so I'm sure he's loving it at Duke. So talk a little bit about their key players, but I like what Darian Mensah has been able to do this year. In a game where I wasn't sure where they were at versus Cal, late game, it was a 10 p.m. start, right, for an East Coast team. You know what I'm saying? 10 p.m. is late, but these kids stay up late anyway. But at Cal, started off extremely slow, and it was able to win that game in the way that they won that game. That game builds character. That game will help you later in the season. So I like a lot of what I've seen with this Duke team. So let's talk about this defense, right? We got Jonathan Piquet, and then we got Manny Diaz. This is like their thing, right? So it's a chaotic defense, multiple front. Viper is the position they love defensively. And those Viper edges, they use them in really, a few ways. Hybrid defenders who can both rush and drop into coverage. That's what you see a lot in modern defenses in college football. I think you see it a little bit more in college football than you see it at the NFL level. Like, really good defenses at the NFL level will do it. Matt Patricia don't count because he's a cheat code, right, as a defensive coordinator. But they give up 375 yards per game. That's 80th in the country. 25 points per game. That's 78th in the country. They've had a couple of outliers. Them 2 losses were both bad. Make no mistake about it. Both of them were bad. That's the thing that scares me with this team. But heading into the season, I was at ACC Media Days. Me, Jalen, and Moon was just having a casual conversation about what teams do we think that are on the cusp of being like middle tier to upper tier teams in the ACC. And Duke was one of the teams that I mentioned because Manny Diaz had done such an outstanding job in his first year there. Defenses, they got to play better. The looks changes constantly. You see them in a 3-3-5 once. Next possession, you'll see them in a 4-2-5. Whatever the offense shows up in, that's what you'll see. This game, I expect them to play run heavy. Haynes King is outstanding, dude. Have you guys seen Haynes King play yet? My dog Stoney, what's happening, Playboy? My dog Ant, man, what's good, man? Outstanding defensively. So I'm interested to see what happens, right? We see that they're struggling in yards per game, struggling in points per game, but we also seeing games where they've been able to button it up. Can you button it up versus a team like Brent Key and Georgia Tech, who's going to play extremely physical? Can you button it up against that? Let's talk about Buster Faulkner's scheme, right? Really hybrid. It's a pro hybrid system, and they're going to follow that Brent Key's mantra of running the ball through and through. Run the ball. That's what they're going to do. Like, can you stop it? Can you take the constant beating? Their offensive linemen going to be pushing your defensive lineman around, and it's not just their running back, right? It's not just Haynes. Haynes King gets busy too in the running game as well. So they average 476 yards total. That's 13th in the country. 36 points per game. That's 24th in the country. And Haynes King is dangerous. He's really dangerous. I don't think there's enough talk about how good Haynes King is. He's not getting enough Sundays talks, but there's going to be a team who fall in love with him. He'll be at one of these postseason events, whether it's the East-West Shrine Bowl, whether it's the Senior Bowl, and one of these teams at the NFL level is definitely going to fall in love with him. I promise you that, right? Haynes King, 971 passing yards. Not going to lie. You 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. About 440 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns. And the running back room is like that, right? Eric Rivers is the guy you need to watch on the outside. And I was at the Temple and Georgia Tech game. They're a team who won't attack you vertically much. They will take shots to keep you honest, but a lot of times it's lateral movements, quick screens, tunnel screens. Let's get our wide receivers the ball so they can make plays, right? That Hail Mommy philosophy, even though they don't run the air raid. Faulkner's offense thrives in misdirection and creative motion and power inside zone concepts, right? Can Duke defense get stops on third down? You're at home. That fan base will be raucous like we saw them against Clemson a few years ago. That night game, if you all remember. But let's talk about Blake Gideon. I know Moon's a huge fan of Blake Gideon and what he likes to do defensively. They're going to play with outstanding intensity. I did see that Wake Forest game. Wake Forest had a lot of success on the ground versus Georgia Tech. And that was confusing to me because Georgia Tech, like, if your mantra is run the ball, then you should be able to stop the run, right? You're going to see it in practice a lot. You should be able to stop it. But they had a lot of success against them. And it was kind of interesting to me. Damon Claiborne had an outstanding game that day. I believe he went for like $120 that game against them. And then Robbie Ashford was one play away from beating them. If they throw the flag on a play, Georgia Tech has a loss on the season. Finally found you. Not watch your first take no more. I got you on the big screen. Hey, I appreciate that, dog. Appreciate that. What you say, Moon? It's a storybook for Faulkner. Cash out with Haynes in a run game. When he leaves us, Philo. Okay. Vertical shots. I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. I think Brent Key is just so true to his form. Like, we're not going to change who we are. We're going to do what we want to do, right? So we got some advanced metrics and things to watch. Georgia Tech is 47% on third down. That's 28th in the country. These teams who have great records, what are you guys starting to see? What is the trend you're starting to see? They play the success rate game, and they're able to play outstanding on third down. 32nd in red zone defense, that's outstanding. 77%, that's great. Duke is +5 in turnover margin. 20th in the country, but 124th in penalty yards. Don't beat yourself this game. So that RPO system that Jonathan Brewer and company like to run versus Georgia Tech run fits, they're going to have to be sound discipline. Got discipline, understand their run fits. They're going to have to play with just outstanding discipline and integrity. Both of these teams will have to play this, right? Georgia Tech is unbeaten. And if it wasn't for the intel that Moon gave me last week, I would pick Georgia Tech to win this game. But when I talked to him, and he's just happy about being there at the field, he was in the locker room, got so much access, right? Because when we get credentials, we're on the field, and he provided some. Go to at the CFB Nation on Twitter, you'll see all of the shots he was able to provide for us being at that game. But he called me, and he was upset about a few things against Virginia Tech. Give me Duke to win this game. It'll be a close game, one of those 27-24s, 31-28.